Sometimes traffickers use things like Facebook to do what's called catfishing, where they create a profile where they're pretending to be somebody other than who they really are. So they might appear to be a 15-year-old girl that's befriending someone, and when in reality they're a male in their 30s trying to recruit someone that they think is vulnerable.
A nationwide human sex trafficking sweep rescued 84 minors in the past week. The youngest was 3 months old.
Sex traffickers across the country consider North Dakota to be a profitable and accessible market. Valley News Team's Melanie Palmer has the impact of human sex trafficking here in the Valley.
Through the first 9 months of 2017, we've served 21 women who have been victims of human trafficking, and we've provided 828 nights of shelter to them during that time.
The numbers are alarming. Within the past decade, over 100 victims were rescued in North Dakota. And with a growing population comes more traffickers.
Part of the initial kind of attention around the issue in North Dakota came up during the oil boom. So like any other place, when you have a real quick influx and a heavily male influx of a workforce.
Vulnerable youth are often targeted. Homelessness and drug use are leading risk factors. And the use of electronics also plays a role.
They're going to prey on people that don't have a structure around them that would necessarily intervene and prevent that.
Various nonprofit organizations are working together in the community to help victims, but seeking help isn't always easy.
Oftentimes, victims have been coerced and to understand that their life isn't worth it, they're not worth it, and have been threatened with violence and fear and power.
Samber says that instead of looking for obvious signs that seem similar to a kidnapping, people should focus on vulnerable individuals who are in need of help. In Fargo, Melanie Palmer, Valley News Live.
The YWCA of Cass Clay and Youth Works aim to assist victims on their transition back to independence. If you or someone you know is a victim of human sex trafficking, call 1-800-373-7888. It's a confidential line 24/7.
Now that the issue of child sex trafficking has been gaining more attention, officials are stepping up efforts to raise awareness about what can be done as a community to stem the tide. At UND, a panel hosting North Dakota U.S. Senator Heidi Heitkamp and national law enforcement officials met to address the issue. They say while it's important to keep an eye out to identify sex trafficking, it's also important to help the young victims who may have trouble recovering from the traumatic experience.
So much of what's happening in society is foundational with children, and when children are exploited, when children are mistreated, that's an indicator that things in society will be very difficult going forward, especially for that child. And so the more we know about childhood trauma, the more we know about exploiting children, and the more we can prevent it, the better future we all have.
For more on this story, make sure to tune in tonight on Valley News Live at 9 on the Fargo CW and Valley News Live 10 at 10.